I don't know. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. I don't know what's going on. We'll keep going. Oh, there we go. 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 I don't know. I just hope. I don't know. It seems like we're back. It seems like we're back. I'm going to leave it and we're going to keep going. So, okay, there we go. I can hear myself now. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're just gonna keep going through this. Sorry about that. Sorry for the hiccups. Just don't know what happened. I had to stop and restart. It just said it disconnected and reconnected, but it looked like it didn't reconnect. So we're just gonna keep on moving here. So we're gonna keep going. So yeah. So I do think that the National Guard deployment to Illinois is illegal and unconstitutional. You can't sit here and tell me that. You can't sit here and tell me that this is okay to do to people. All right, but we're going to keep on moving through. Elon Musk SpaceX took money directly from Chinese investors. The newly unsealed testimony disclosed that direct Chinese investment in Elon Musk SpaceX is a key military contractor is raising new questions about foreign ownership interests. So that's what I'm saying. It's like this administration seems to be selling the country off. I'm sorry, you can't sit here and I just can't. I'm not going to keep going with this, but you can't sit there and tell me that they're not trying to do something goofy. Something is happening. So we're going to keep on going. A man was seriously wounded in a stabbing near the 606 trail. We're going into local news now instead of national news. But a man was seriously wounded in a stabbing near the 606 trail. A 33-year-old man was seriously injured after being stabbed in a fight with a group of people on Tuesday night near the 606 trail in the Bucktown neighborhood. So, yes, like I said, crime happens. I'm not going to open that up because I don't want to. Um, I don't want to open. I don't want to open up anything Fox. I just don't support them. Even our locals channel. The only thing I watch on their channels, there's a couple of shows that they may show. I watch like Hell's Kitchen or even either Hell's Kitchen or which I forgot. We forgot we didn't watch that episode of them last Thursday. I don't think. But anyway, but Hell's Kitchen, the Bears games, football games, or something like that, I might watch. But that's it. I don't sit there and watch 30 Fox like that. Even our local WFLD, I just don't. All right, so National Guard members arrive here in Chicago. They arrive from Texas. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is the coolest day since May. Is the warm streak here in Chicago. We had a cool down with the high near 62 the other day. Or sorry, that's coming down today. But it's still, I feel a little chilly in here right now. The It says it's 45 degrees outside right now on the computer from the weather app. But let's jump over here. Let's jump over here to see what we can find here. Let's just go into other stories. I'm just tired of talking about the troops coming in. If there's some in here, we'll talk about it briefly. But the government shut down to see how it's impacting O'Hare Airport, which I hope it's going to be resolved or not really bothering us too much as we have to make a trip soon. But let's see. Yeah, I watched this on the news earlier today. I'm not going to go back over that. But staffing shortages have led to more flight delays at Chicago's airports and across the U.S. on Tuesday, with the federal government shutdown now stretching into an 8 day. In this eighth day, Congress is still at an impasse on negotiations because the Trump administration will not negotiate. They say they are and they're willing to negotiate, but are they really negotiating? Are they really doing that? Because my question is, if they're negotiating, then why haven't they come up with a deal by now? So to me, it sounds like they're trying to muscle. No, we're not going to give you what you want. No, no. And then they come out, oh, they want to give coverage to illegal immigrants. No, we don't. It's illegal. You can't do that. There was a certain situation that had got passed by Congress a while ago that allowed some, but for the majority, none of them were. It was something like it from the stats that I saw. I wish I would have kept them so I could have pulled them up on the screen. But the stats I saw show it was like something like only like 1 to 4% of the immigrants actually had coverage. That's because they went through this program. They did. There were certain hoops they had to jump through in order to get it, and they did that, and they ended up earning the get coverage, the earning the right to get coverage. So I just don't understand why they think that Democrats want illegal aliens to have. I'm gonna call them, use their term. I don't know why they think we want illegal aliens to have it. It's all because of Trump. It's only because of what Trump is saying. Trump, if it wasn't for Trump lying to people, saying that, nobody would be thinking that at all. They would be, But at the end of the day, most people are seeing who the shutdown is because they're seeing what we're asking for. They are. I can't say that they have done a good. The Democrats have done a good job at shutting that lie down. Soon, they've come out and said it over and over again. This is what we want, and even senators and ones we don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I never think I would be agreeing with anything that she said, but she's even fighting for them to not do this. So yeah, but this is what happens when you support a dictator wannabe. So the shutdown is leading to staff shortages at the airport, so it's just causing flight delays. Because if I wasn't getting paid for it and I had to go to work, you expected me to go to work, I wouldn't turn around and go to work every day if I'm not going to get paid or don't know if I'm going to. And then he wants to turn around and talk about, oh, they're not entitled to back pay after he passed a law back when he was in office before. He passed a law saying that they are entitled to back pay. Now he wants to say not necessarily. Yeah, good luck with that. I hope the courts eat him alive with that. Because now, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you're noticing. Said that he did back in his, his first term, and now all of a sudden he's complaining about it now. So yeah, so even he thinks it was idiotic back then. All right, so let's see. What time does the Cubs game go home? Today the Cubs lost games 1 and 2, so now it's win or go home for the Cubs. So it's a must win for them. They have to win. So this must be a 5-game series. See, that's what I like about the NBA. So all rounds of the playoffs are 7-game series except for the play-in. And even then, I think the play-in should be a best of 3, or either a best of 3 or best of 5. Give us some time with the play-in, a best of 5 series, a best of 3, whatever. Maybe a best of 3, best of 5 is maybe drag out too long. But the one and done format, I don't like it for basketball because that's not how basketball is traditionally played. Basketball usually have tournaments and things like that. But anyway, so we're going to keep on going. So the Brewers had a 2-0 lead following 9-3. Oh no, they have a 2-0 lead in the series following a 9-3 and a 7-3 win in Milwaukee. Now they're coming back to the friendly confines. Let's see if they can go ahead and pick up a W. So let's see what happens tonight. What time does it start? Who's pitching? So James Talion is pitching. What time do they play? Game 3 starts at 4:08 for the first pitch, Central Time. So 4:08 if you're going to watch the game. 4:08. I may turn it on if I remember, but I do have a class at that time frame, so I probably will not be paying close attention until that class is over with. But we're going to keep on moving here. So if you want to get tickets, you can come to NBC5 to figure it out because they appear to be tickets available as of this morning. But I'm not going. I'm not a baseball fan like that. They say baseball games are fun, but I'll take your word for it. One day I'll go, but not right now. All right, so right now they have some thieves going around. They smashed about 20 windows in the 20 windows of 20 vehicles in the Chicago neighborhood the other night on the far south suburb. So again, make sure you don't keep anything valuable in your car. This is why you always tell people this, but people still leave valuable stuff in their car. These thieves just coming to steal. They want to try to think that what is the National Guard going to do for this stuff like this? They're not going to be able to stop this. They're not going to be able to be in all places at all times. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm with them doing this, if they're able to continue with it, I'm interested in seeing how this is going to work out. Okay, so alleged Chicago gang member was charged with soliciting the murder of a Border Patrol commander. Yeah, so yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that because yeah, I don't like them being here. I don't like what they're doing, but you can't go around threatening their lives, just like you can't threaten anybody else's. It's serious. So if he did it, If the guy did it, unfortunately, you got to get your punishment. We're not holding up. I'm at least me. I'm not going to hold up a criminal. You did wrong. You did wrong. You need to pay your crime for it. But if you're not doing wrong, you shouldn't have to go to jail because you're out there simply protesting. How's holding up a sign? How's holding up a sign in protest and standing off? How's that going to be? How is that meaning that you're interfering or bothering the troops and all that? I think that they're just simply trying to. I think they're simply trying to come up with the reason for things. But I do believe that um, um, there was that the gangs did that because look. Because I do remember seeing a video where they were saying the Latin King ran them out of the city from where they were at. Yeah, you do it for a moment, but they're gonna come back and find you. They're gonna walk away for a minute, but they're gonna come back and find you. So yeah, let's see what happens. And even before they were talking about the gangs in Chicago isn't going to let that happen. Let them come in, but guess what? The gangs in Chicago, they can't even shoot straight. So that's why they be missing and hitting everybody else, hitting everything else. So what are they going to do against teams of trained assassins? That's what they are. The military, they don't train to. You're not training to successfully capture people. You're training to unalive them. So if you think that you're going to go out and battle these folks in this military, even in the National Guard, their National Guard, they're not there every day. They have their everyday lives. They're at home and everything like that. But I guarantee you, they go through basic training. And I went through basic training. They train you how to kill people. Thank God I never had to do anything like that. I never, I didn't even stay in there because they were trying to screw me over. Basically I was supposed to be an officer because when I went in, I had already finished college and I had my degree, so I was supposed to go in as an officer candidate school. So my rank was supposed to automatically be an O1. But my recruiter convinced me, in my 20s, didn't know much about stuff at that time frame. So my recruiter was trying to get his numbers up and talked me into going enlisted. So I became an E4. But me coming in with that rank of E4 triggered a lot of people's attention. And they were like, no, you're supposed to be an officer candidate. And so I finally listened to them, left, and I was supposed to come back 6 months later, but I didn't. I ended up getting a job and I never went back. I'm glad I didn't because then the Iraq war started and, all that stuff, And then what we're seeing now, I just don't think that was a place for me. Even if what if I got in and decided I like this, I want to continue doing that. So I stayed in the military. I would have been in the military, 25 years now, almost 30 years. So at the end of the day, I think it was a great decision for me to not go back because I think life would have been much more hectic, much more different, and not enjoyable for me because that's not the life I wanted. But anyway, they're coming here, so I know that those gang members they're going to come intimidate these folks. No, you get them for a moment, but they're going to come back with heavier firepower, and they're going to get you. They're going to get you if they want you. So they're going to find you if they want you. So don't be dummies. Yeah, we know none of us want them here, but you're definitely stupid if you're going to go try to confront them with violence because they're more violent. They'll be much more violent than you are. They will kill everybody around just to kill you. So don't. They will just simply drop a bomb and kill us all if you get too big. So don't try this mess with them. Stop it before we all get hurt behind your foolishness. Okay, so let's keep it going. U.S. scientists among trio awarded chemistry Nobel Peace Prize. So yeah, that was cool. Donald Trump once won, but I hope he doesn't get it at all. I don't think he's going to anyway. These people are not listening to him. These people don't see it. They're just like the rest of us. They don't see none of what you're doing. I'm glad it's not a decision that comes from the Americas. So he doesn't have he won't have any kind of influence on the voting for that. All right, let's come over here. Let's see what's going on with this one. Okay, I seen this one online. Chicago voted best big cities in the U.S. for 9th year in a row by Popular Magazine. Now, yeah, people don't understand. People don't understand what these articles are saying. They want to sit here and talk about. They're trying to put. Well, basically, what they're trying to do is push this fake notion from Trump that Chicago is so violent that you can't come here and visit and without being in danger. at one point in time, yeah, I would say it's scary in Chicago, but now, while things do happen, I ain't scared to go to Chicago. What's keeping me out of Chicago right now, and I like to say I live in the suburbs, so what's keeping me out of Chicago in the house is these ICE agents, is the federal authorities that are out because they're unhinged. You don't know what they're doing. You could be sitting turn around and to see somebody you know and talking, backing up, and you might bump into one, and they're gonna take that as a threat. So I don't trust them. So I am staying in the house. I guarantee you there's a lot more people that's feeling the way I do. So the city is going to lose a lot of revenue, tax revenue, and so will the federal government. They're losing tax revenue because people, if I worked from home, worked in the office and where it had the ability to work from home, I would be saying I'm working from home until these folks are gone. I would not want to be out. I don't want to be out anywhere near these people. So my advice to anybody: don't go to the city. Don't go to where these folks are at because they might just grab you because they're just trying to start stuff. But anyway, let's keep on pushing through. I'm just not going to keep reading this, but yeah, but a little bit more on this story. But Chicago has been voted. More than 750,000 votes were cast for the rewards, which recognize Chicago's reputation for welcoming visitors of all backgrounds. Kristen Reynolds, president and CEO of Choose Chicago, said the receiving the award for another year is an extraordinary honor that feels more meaningful than ever. Yeah, so these people think. So I saw this article on Facebook yesterday, and the person read that the only comment I saw that really caught my attention is I got frustrated and stopped reading comments. But the very first comment that I saw was basically saying that, oh, the person just went and stayed at the 5-star hotel and then left. They didn't go through the rest of the city. This is 750,000 people voting, idiot. How can they not? How can this be one person's choosing that? So come on now. Chicago is not bad. Stop listening to Donald Trump, or else he's going to lead you down here. Well, Donald Trump is going to lead you down a primrose path if you're going to keep listening to anything he has to say. It's like I'm still frustrated with TikTok going to suspend me for a week rather, because I said listen to your doctor, not Trump. Come on. So it's like we're being forced into supporting Trump. So let's keep on moving. That's to me that's dictator. That's dictator countries that do that, not America. That's something I would have never thought we'd see in America. Okay, is that we would be forced to support a dictator even though we don't want to support him. All right, let's keep on going. Let's get into some sports news. Where's the sports at? So this, I think I might have to go back. I didn't go in there. Let's just put sports at the top. Let's do that. Okay, so we already talked about the Cubs. They're in the win or go home game 3. So the Bears play this Sunday. I forgot who they play. Who do they play? Oh my God, who do the Bears play? Let's see, Chicago Bears. Let's see, 7:15 against the Commanders. That's right. So they have a prime time game this Sunday. But guess what? Okay, well, we'll be rooting for the Bears. We're going to root for the Bears. They won by 1 point against the Raiders. Their last game, they didn't play this past Sunday because they had a bye week. But you know what? It is what it is. We're going to have fun. The Bears. Let's go Bears. Let's go Bears. Let's go Bears. All right. Even though the Cubs lost last night, but guess what? Our Chicago Bulls won the first preseason game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last night's game was I can't say that I watched it and enjoyed it. It's not that it was a bad game or anything, but yesterday evening was just a day where everything was happening. As far as my normal stuff goes, I was in the AI Summit yesterday that lasted a little bit over an hour, but it ended just in time for me to go ahead and jump onto my advanced Canva training class. I thought I was going to miss it because that Coach Ecom, Mr. Ecom, he goes in depth. I wish I could have joined the VIP for it because they got a lot more information than we did as the general public, but I just didn't have the ability right now to do so. If this would have happened in a couple more days, I'd have been okay, but right now, I couldn't drop $97 on that right now. It's just because it's not going to come back to me right away. That's where the issue comes in with that. So if it was going to come back to me right away, then I probably would have. I known for sure that I was going to be able to get in here and then make the money right back. I do believe that I would have made the money back, but it's just while I do believe I would have made the money back, I just don't think it would have happened in time for where I really needed it. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna keep on moving. So 118 to 117 they won. So looks like the Cavaliers came out and was pretty much blasted them in the first quarter. But I returned. I forgot they were in Cleveland. I was thinking they were in Chicago. So 7 o'clock, I went to turn the game on. It was already close to halftime, and the Bulls were roaring back. But it does look like they were behind for the first part, and then they started roaring back. So let's go into some of the scoring and some of the box scores. So Miles Buzelis, he had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. I think he's going to be the star. They came talking about he's likely going to be the starting power forward over Patrick Williams. To me, I say, duh. He really should be the starting power forward over Patrick Williams. I was the biggest Patrick Williams fan. You got to understand that. Yes, part of it because his last name was Williams, but for the most part of it, I just had high hopes for the kid. But he just didn't deliver. It's like he's scared. It's like he can do it. I see the ability. I guess that's the whole thing of it is. I see the ability, but I see fear and nervousness, and is what's setting in and stopping him. How do I know? Because I suffer from the same thing. Where it's like, okay, I know I can do it, I got it, but then I just get nervous. That happens. And I'm guilty of that. I know I've done that. I know I've been in that situation where I shouldn't be in that situation, but it is what it is. So Miles Buzelis is taking his starting spot. He should be the starting power forward because he's proved it. Isaac Okoro, he just came over from Cleveland. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in 18 minutes. Vooch had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 points. They probably didn't go to him a lot because the dynamics of the team is changing. It's not running through him like it was before in the past. Kevin Huerter, this is another one I like. I like him starting, but I just don't see a spot in the starting lineup for him this year, unless they start him over Okoro, start off with some offense. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. Looks like he started this game because I don't think Kobe White played. I don't see his name here in the box score. But Herter had 3 points in 19 minutes, and Josh Giddey had 3 points in 14 minutes, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. This is a preseason. Noah Essing, it's going to be a minute before I get his name right. But I'll get it. If I got Giannis Antetokounmpo down, I know I'll get Noah's name down. But he had 14 minutes, 5 rebounds, 8 points. The rookie, Patrick Williams, actually had 8 points, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Julian Phillips didn't score, didn't get anything. I saw a couple of good plays between Dalen Terry and Jalen Smith. They swapped numbers, so it looks like Jalen Smith got his real number that he normally wore back, and then Dalen Terry has a number that fits him a lot better. Number 7 definitely looks a lot better on Dalen Terry than it did on Jalen Smith. I can tell you that for sure. Ayo Dosunmu had 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Trey Jones had 10 points, 2 rebounds. Look, when I first started watching the game, when I first turned to it, they were balling. Trey Jones was balling out when I was watching it for that few minutes. He was getting steals, free runs to the rim with easy layups. It was so fun to watch that few minutes. But like I said, yesterday was kind of hard because then I was in my advanced Canva class, so I was looking at that and paying attention. So I could only look up a couple of times to see the game. And then on top of that, it was WWE had their edition of NXT that was on last night, and then also AEW had their Dynamite that usually comes on tonight. They had that on because I think it's preempted tonight because something else coming on. I think baseball playoffs is coming on and had it, so they had to show their show last night again. Going head to head with NXT. I don't know. I didn't see what the ratings were. Probably won't see them here while we're on the call because they probably won't be out till later. But as soon as I see the ratings, I would love to go through those just so we can see how they look. But anyway, but I was watching three different TV programs and in the Canva class, and the Canva class ended up getting the most attention out of all of it. So I really didn't get to pay attention to this game or wrestling. So yeah, so other games that's happened last night. So we see that oh no, that's going into last season. So the Bulls and Cavaliers look to have been the only one. Oh no, this is the Bulls schedule. That's why I did. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward. Coming over to WWE wrestling news and stuff like that, Xavier Woods has confirmed he signed a new WWE contract. So Xavier Woods confirmed that he resigned with WWE following an earlier report that Woods took to Twitter. Um, Following an earlier report, Woods took to Twitter to verify the news. Okay, so he was like, "How do y'all know this stuff? I didn't say anything, but yes, you're going to see my sexy face for a while longer, even though you don't deserve it. 22 years in the game and about to make the next bit even better than the rest." Yeah, so yeah, he's been in the game. Yeah, here's his actual post on X. I refuse to go to X because I just don't support Elon Musk or this Donald Trump, and since he went and hung with Trump, he doesn't deserve. I closed my Twitter account when he took over, and I won't get it again because of him unless he gets sells it again. But Xavier Woods was here for a while. Austin Creed, Consequences Creed, and TNA back in the day. So I'm glad he resigned. He's one of my favorites in WWE. So let's go. I don't want to see just WWE news because we just don't have time to go through that. Coming up on an hour. We don't even know we had that quick snafu earlier. So Booker T fires back amid Jade Cargill controversy after the triple threat match on SmackDown that left Jade Cargill injured. Booker T had a lot to say, commentating on the botches that he claimed that Cargill had not learned anything during her time at AEW. This received a ton of online backlash. Now the WWE Hall of Famer has a response. Booker said, "You've got Jade Cargill, who's pretty much fresh off her AEW run, and just think about all that time of her in AEW. She probably didn't learn a whole lot because no disrespect or anything, but she was just put on a wing, and she never got a chance to really wrestle anybody. And she did, and that's true. She was just going in there squashing everybody. That's just how they booked her, to squash everything, squash everyone, and keep winning. So they didn't have her actually have big matches like you're seeing here in WWE. To me, she's getting better and better. So I have no complaints. It's wrestling. Things happen. People put too much emphasis when they do happen on that particular wrestler. They put too much heat on them. I just think that people just need to calm down and stop being so hard on these wrestlers. They're doing a job that you couldn't do, so stop it. Even Booker T, you can't do this no more. You had botches when you wrestled. I'm a big Booker T fan. I remember in 1996, I believe it was 96, 95, 96, somewhere right in there, when they came to Albany, Georgia, when I was in college. We had front row seats because the tickets were cheap back then. Front row seats only cost us like $16 at the Albany Civic Center. So it was fun. So we were in the front row, and they were coming. We were near the aisle. Harlem Heat was coming out, and we were cheering for Harlem Heat, but they were bad guys. We were supposed to be booing, but we were fans of the Harlem Heat. Because back then that was when we couldn't understand why we liked the bad guys, but we didn't realize that was a trend. So many people were rooting for the bad guys too. But you go to the arenas, you would still get a bunch of boos for the bad guys and cheers for the good guys. But we were opposite. We were in there, yeah, cheering for them. So their manager, Sister Sherry, caught a glimpse of us cheering. So she tapped one of them on the arm, where I just remember seeing her tap him on the arm. And because I was watching heavily, I seen because she looked in our direction. I want to say she looked at me, but she looked in our direction, and she tapped one of them on the arm, and then pointed over that way. Then they walked towards us and saw us cheering, and then as they were walking past, they stopped, turned towards us, and started getting in our face like, "What you want to do, sucker?" And they had to do that because we were supposed to be booing. We didn't understand it at the time. It was like, man, they just yelled at them. We still like them. But little did we realize at that time frame that it was that, we knew that it was a part of the show, but we didn't know why. So it was fun. But so I'm a big Booker T fan, but I think he's way off base with this one. Yeah, so he want to talk about 2 years in the business, 2 years being on the active roster, and how hard it is to go out and perform in front of thousands of people while being so young in the business. Someone like Jade, I give a lot of credit to be able to walk out in front of those people, not having the experience of Charlotte Flair, not having the experience of Bailey, Naomi, and still say, "Man, I'm willing to step in the middle of the frying pan." Yeah, you know what? It's too late. You already said it, Booker T. So you gotta get a face slap for that one. He smack you in the face for that one. You know. Um, but anyway, um, this is Booker T's never wrong, but yeah, he's wrong on that one. I'm sorry, Booker T's wrong on that one. All right, so hospitalized ex WWE star calls out wrestling community. Let's see, this is the ex ECW and WWE star scamming people. Oh, just incredible. He was one of my favorites back in the day. He recently claimed that he was hospitalized. Credible had asked fans to help him out financially, and is now upset that it did not happen. People going to want to help. They're going to help you if they want to. I didn't have anything to be able to help them with. You have to realize people are struggling. I'm like, I have to put out a campaign for myself to try to help the Dub House, and I'm nervous about how it's really going to go down, but I'm still going to do it and see what happens. If nothing happens, hey, I'll figure it out. It's going to happen with or without support. I got to find a way. It's just finding a way. He couldn't find a way. That way he thought he had didn't work. So, you know, um, at the end of the day, he wasn't a huge, huge name. He had a following from people like me who just likes those type of wrestlers. But his name was cool to me. Him and I wish they would have kept him and Lance Storm together as the Impact players in the future. But Lance Storm ended up signing with WCW back in the day, and I don't think Justin Credible left ECW. But when they were back in the WWE after they were purchased by WWE, they should have put the Impact players back together and had them win tag team gold. I think that if he was a bigger star and had a bigger name, fans would have helped. I didn't even know he was in the hospital, so even if I had the ability and the will to want to help, I wouldn't have been able to help because I didn't even know. So that goes to show. So just like the Dove House, I think that books and things would be selling really fast and really good right now, but nobody knows about it. So that's why I'm trying to come up with my campaign. Don't worry, it's going to happen. It's just been this is just the third day, the third business day post Freedom Day. So we're going to make it happen though. It's going to happen. So hopefully he's not scamming people, and hopefully he got the help he needs. So, like I said, just incredible. He didn't do anything that made me mad, and I don't have anything against him. But it is what it is. Hopefully he's not gonna turn out to be like Hulk Hogan either, where you're big fan, then come find out he didn't like you in the first place. That made me mad too. People trying to tell me I should like Hulk Hogan just because of what he did for wrestling, but what he said made illegitimize what he did for wrestling. But anyway, hospital. Okay, so that's that. Vince McMahon. If I say the sky is green, the sky is green. Damn it, that sounds like something Vince McMahon would say. XWE star makes AEW debut on Dynamite. Yeah, Lacey Lane. I forgot what her name was. At WWE, Kaden Carter. Yeah, she made her debut on AEW last night. I missed it. Someone had to try to figure out a way to watch it. She challenged Mercedes Moné, which of course most Mercedes won. I wouldn't have expected. I wouldn't have expected her to Kaden Carter to win that match against Mercedes Moné. No, not right now. Not at this point. That would have been a shock. That would have been a big shock, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's back up. So yeah, Gail Kim continues to rant and rave on AEW. So they AEW people thought she was about to debut for AEW. They tried to get her to get back in the ring, but she said she's not doing it. Okay, so let's keep on going. Yeah, so this is a lot of news out here. I'm not gonna go through all of it. We're just here talking. Again, let's take a look at something really quick here, show you guys, and oh, there's another tab I had open, but oh well. So if you know me, if you know me and know who I am, reach out to me. Give me some pointers. What would you like to see? Because I am going to be uh, starting to redo this site. I know it hasn't been up very long, but as I go, I'm finding different things that I want to do with it. So because what I initially wanted to do was to have different funnels for different books and things like that. But because the way things are going is, well, things are moving. I didn't think that these ideas would be popping out my head like this, and so I've gotten the number of ebooks are growing. I'm in the middle of writing one right now. So uh, what I want to do is take the focus off the blended family and put it on each book. Just have highlight the first ones that be on here will be highlighting. Up here I want to change this to highlight what the Dove House is, and who we are, what we do, and then start scrolling down. Have links to the different books up there. Then as you scroll down, you'll start seeing the different things we have. We'll start talking about our services, our Dove House services that we have here, and then we'll start going up and getting into um, the different ebooks, and then talk about the community that we're trying to build and the different things that's going from there. So yeah, I want to try to make a change to this just so it comes across and shows like it's not just focused on uh, the blended family, because I want it to be focused on everything the Dove House. So I want this to be a Dove House page. So um, yeah, so I gotta make this update because this book has been released. I didn't do my big release that I wanted to do because thanks to TikTok, I couldn't because I was suspended, and the way I wanted to do it, I can't do it this way because I wanted to stream, between Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. But TikTok stopped that plan, so I just got frustrated and didn't do it. But I am going to do something soon. As soon as I'm going to go ahead and get the site revamped, I'm not going to touch this one. I'm just going to start working on creating a new funnel. And then once that new funnel is up and running, then I'll sunset this one and highlight that one. So we'll go from there. Even one of my I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She's watching. She's watching. So one of my clients is has a catering business, and I'm going to try to help her. She usually gets word of mouth advertising, people calling her directly. But what I want to do is build her a sales funnel, and within I'm going to build a funnel within my community for her. But I got to talk to her about it so she'll know exactly what she needs to do. I may just go ahead and tell her about it just to see, because what if I may do it anyway because I need to practice on building it, but I would just like to go through and get that something set up for her so that way she can get more business. You get a form out there and people can get you on the internet and just go to your link and request your services. That makes life easier. So I'm going to come up with something like that for her and see if I get that pulled together, and then try to work on getting her own stuff so that way she can run her own business without having to go through anyone, and she can keep all her profits. Because if I have to run it and host it and everything, then it's going to cost me money to do all of that. So I have to charge a fee. So because it is costing me money to host even just this. So but that's why we have to get some sales going, get some business rolling. But we have our services here, our business development. I will have this photography fee, grassroots photography form filled out by the end of the week, or completed and connected here by the end of the week. I want to do it. Hopefully I can have a chance to do it today, but all of this is going to be updated and moved around. I really do like this one, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to, it's not fitting my idea of what I want to have. I'll probably still keep this banner, but it's just going to be where it's discussing this book. So yeah, so we got some good things going on here at the Dove House. So continue to support us, continue to keep your eyes peeled, because there's going to be more things happening and coming to the Dove House. So so keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes peeled. So yeah, it's going to look a little different pretty soon here with the live, because right now you see the mic coming in from this way. I think I'm gonna move it off so it comes in from. It's coming in from the left right now. From you guys, you guys, it looks like it's coming in from the right, but for me, it's really coming in from the left. And I change it so it's gonna swoop in from the right side. From the right side. It's gonna have to swoop it in from the right side so you can see it coming down this way instead of this way. I'm sorry, it's confusing because I'm saying going this way, but it's really going that way when I'm looking at it, because when I'm looking, the mic is like, I'm like right here, but it's on the left of me, but in the image it's on the right of me. So it is what it is, because I guess because it's not mirrored. So it's but anyway, but we're gonna have some. I'm gonna do some changes. Hopefully, I can figure out how to put a background up here. Since I go live on YouTube, it's been a little bit harder for it. Haven't figured that out here on OBS or anything like that, but we'll figure out a way as I grow and get used to doing this. But just like that, it's time for Uncle Trey Talks to end for today. It's been a good show, even though we had a little hiccups. Just went through a lot of news today. Didn't really do a lot of extras, but you know, I'm gonna be bringing more things and changing up my format and what I do. Spend a little less time on the news and a little bit more time talking. I really wish I could do this on TikTok so I can interact with people, but I think there's a way that I can do that, and I'll figure that out here on TikTok. I mean YouTube. But anyway, yeah, I want you guys to go ahead and take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're not putting yourselves in any danger. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled, and make sure you're not. And there's nothing bad happening. Just keep an eye on your surroundings, because with these ICE officials and government police out here, federal police out here, and National Guards from Texas, I just don't see anything good happening with it. Hopefully the courts can stop it, but just keep an eye on your surroundings, keep yourself safe, make sure make sure that you make it home. It's sad that we have to think like that. Before, we just had to worry about the bad elements out there, but now you have to worry about the bad elements, and you have to worry about the so-called good elements. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this just turns out to be an unwarranted fear. That's what I'm praying for. But anyway, always remember, Uncle Trey loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to you soon.